Mr. Bellamy is a song I wrote in 2023, about 2 years ago now, and it was about a friend of mine who passed during my senior year of high school. And it's the story of my friend named Aries. Aries was my childhood best friend. We met when I was in third grade in basketball practice, and he's a very rowdy kid. He ran around a lot. He was a jokester. He liked to play, run around. He was a very funny kid. We built a bond. And Aries was a kid who very quickly got labeled a troublemaker by the school, by teachers, by different authoritative figures. And I never thought he was treated fairly. I can remember a time when Aries, in class, he just got new glasses. He had never worn glasses before, and he got new glasses, and he dropped them on the floor on purpose and started looking for them like he was Velma and Scooby-Doo. Pretty harmless. But the teacher just yelled at him, didn't tell him to go in timeout, didn't tell him to just get back up. She scolded him and embarrassed him in front of the class and said, "What are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you?" And just, it was terrible. I mean, you would have thought he would have hit somebody. And this wasn't a single circumstance. This happened a lot. And Aries, he was a good kid. He was a smart kid. Eventually, Aries moved schools, and I kind of lost touch with him for a while. But the next time I saw Aries would have been my 8th grade year. And I saw him, and I hadn't seen him in about 2 years. And from like 6th to 8th grade, you change, you grow a lot. So I ran into him, and I said, "Aries, it's me. It's Jerome. I haven't seen you in 2 years." And at first, he kind of put his guard up and said, "I don't know you." And I said, It's me. It's Jerry." And I used to go by Jerry when I was younger. And he turned around, and he's like, "Jerry," and he gave me a big hug. And we just started talking about what was going on in our lives. And one of the things that I remember him telling me that stuck with me is that he left our school district to go to a Christian school, a church school. And it's a very similar experience to what he had at our school district, only the teachers there told him he was a devil's child. And I know that broke him, and I knew there was a change in how he behaved. When we were younger, when the teachers were rude to him and, got on him for being a little troublemaker, he kind of took it with a grain of salt, and he still engaged. He still tried to learn. He was a smart kid. He really just needed assistance. He probably needed to be in abridged learning because he was distracted. But they called him a devil's child at this other school, and after that, he just really delved into this identity of being a troublemaker. He never looked back, and he didn't try anymore. And he openly skipped class, and he was like a proud troublemaker because that was the label that was pushed upon him for years. And he finally just accepted it. It was like his fate. And I've done research on the school-to-prison pipeline, which disproportionately affects black students, which he was. And it's heartbreaking. And I think he believed that he was preparing to go to jail at some point. And no one could break him out of that, because after years and years and years of these teachers who, are all-knowing and are good people, or that's what they're taught, he kind of took on this identity. So that was in 8th grade. He moved schools again once we went into high school. And I would see him now and then just in the neighborhood because we lived around the same area. And in 2021, I got the news that Aries had gotten killed, and he was shot. And they never went into detail on what actually happened. But it was treated as a homicidal case, and they never investigated it. They never arrested the person that did it. But as far as we know, this was just troublemaking gone wrong. one thing to make trouble within the school borders. It's one thing to do it outside. And he was killed, and he never got to see life as a man. He was 17 years old. And that broke me. And like many things in my life, the way I cope with it is to write about it, whether that be through journaling or writing film scripts, or in this case, writing a song. And so I gave him the pseudonym of Mr. Bellamy, and I wrote the song, Mr. Bellamy is Dead. And it's his story, and it's my frustration, and it's mourning. It's me trying to mourn the loss of one of my best friends, who never got to be a man. So Mr. Bellamy is for Aries, and I hope that the song can raise awareness and give people insights onto, you know, that school to prison pipeline, and giving kids help, and kids not identifying with these labels that are pushed upon them, and growing outside these archetypes that they're limited to. Aries very well could have been in the same seat I am. He could have been a college student getting ready to graduate in 2 weeks. But he was robbed of that. He didn't get any help or assistance. He was just told he was a criminal, and so he accepted it. And now Mr. Bellamy is dead.
So this song is the original I wrote about a friend of mine who passed before he could become a man, and this is his story.
Aww.
Your brothers go